Oh, LeBron.
That's a landmine, bro!
Co-op horror games, we all love them. Phasmophobia, SCP Containment Breach Multiplayer, Pacify, Devour, and much more. And recently, a new game has come around the corner and it's called Lethal Company, and it's been blowing up in popularity recently. And what is it about, that you ask? Well, it's like an almost strategic survival horror made by a single dev called Zeekers, who previously made Roblox games that you might know. But what is your objective in this game? Well, I'm glad you asked. In this game, you have to collect items to turn in for scrap and meet a quota in the span of a few days, which increases every time you meet the quota. The closest game I can compare it to is Phasmophobia in terms of gameplay loop and strategy, as you cannot move around cluelessly and expect to gain something, although there isn't a quota you need to fulfill in Phasmophobia. You are faced with a variety of monsters and other funny extraterrestrial creatures, and we'll go over almost all aspects of this game in this video. Starting off from the ship, you always start off in this cramped, depressing and damp ship, almost like your average Slavic home, but it has everything you need. A closet, a quadruple bunk bed, some posters, door buttons, a charger, and the true gamer multi-desktop setup like the ones you see on r/battle stations. There's a manual that you can pick up and read, it's pretty helpful, but you'll spend most of your time at the main monitor, which gives you an overview and can spot dangers, loot, and such. But you'll also spend most of your time at the prehistoric terminal from the ages of dinosaurs as well. It provides you with a bunch of commands when you open it up, like moons to give you a list of all the moons that you can visit and provides extra info on them. Store to check all the items that you can buy. Bestiary to see info about all the wonderful friendly creatures you encounter. Storage to see furniture or items you have placed into storage, which I'm sure you're not gonna use most of the time anyways. View monitor, which is very helpful and provides you with a view of the map on the terminal instead of the main monitor. Switch to switch the cam from a player to another. Ping to make a radar booster play a noise. Scan to see what items are left on the planet and their worth. Now we'll go into detail for what every command does rather than a simple description. For moons, there are currently 9 moons in the game as of the time I'm writing this, with all of them having their own unique environment and lovely creatures. The one you'll visit the most is the company building, where you'll drop off all your items for sale and talk with the lovely cashier, and depending on the day and mood, they'll buy your stuff for a cheaper price. It's run by eldritch creatures, by the way. There's risk and reward that comes with each planet, with the bottom ones viewed on the terminal being the most lethal given their harsh conditions, and the upper ones costing no money to visit, which are easier and less dangerous in general. You can also type info then the moon's name to get more detail on the specified moon. You can also type route, the moon name, to travel to a moon and see the cost of traveling. Now moving on to the store, there's a lot of items that you can buy, from flashlights to even a zap gun or some ship decor that cycles weekly and ship upgrades. The way to buy stuff is simple, although inconvenient, as you have to type the name out and the number of how many items that you want to buy. The stuff gets shipped when you land on a planet, and it comes in a little rocket pod that you retrieve the items from thing, which is a bit cute, I guess. We cannot talk about every items, but the most crucial ones I'd say are the following: the flashlight, obviously, the walkie-talkie, and the shovel to fight off enemies or stun them. The game gives you a starting amount of credits during the start of every save, so you can always afford to buy something that helps a lot in your travels. Next up, Bestiary. Simple enough, you can scan objects with your right mouse click, and when you scan monsters, it provides you with info on the bestiary that you can search up. There's a variety of wildlife, so you gotta get out there and start exploring. I'm not gonna detail each and every single one as it could take forever. And after that is the storage. When you buy and move furniture, you can press a button to send it to storage and keep it there. You can also use the menu to call back the items you've sent. And for the view monitor, switch, ping and scan commands, it's pretty self-explanatory in what they do, so you don't have to go in depth about those. What I'd like to also add is that there's also a few commands that aren't listed in the help section but are actually very crucial and helpful. If someone plays support and provides info from the ship, they can also turn off landmines and turrets or open doors by inputting the code that the door or turret is assigned to. It displays the said code on the map as well. Now, for the actual game, you choose a moon that you want to land on and pull the lever at the main monitor and your ship goes whee! After you land on the planet, the door opens to the beautiful outside world where you can encounter the average wildlife that shares some elements as the ones that you find in the Stalker games. If you're playing with friends, you might have realized that the game uses proximity chat, which I made a video on, by the way, check it out, and it enhances the experience by a lot, especially the comedic factor. But if someone wants to provide support from the ship, they need to buy the walkie-talkie and communicate with someone who has it as well. The flashlight is also crucial, as I mentioned before, and they can run out of battery very fast, but you can always use the charging station at the ship. Having someone stay at the ship when you have 3 or 4 people in the lobby is always the best option, as they can be so helpful, opening and closing doors from the terminal and providing info, as there is a role for everyone to fulfill really. As you step outside, the game will start to tell you the time. You don't have unlimited times on your missions and the ship is gonna leave during midnight, but you don't need to worry as you have more than enough time usually. The daytime is mostly safe depending on the planet. You'll go walking to the entrance of the base that you'll scavenge. You always spend the start of the mission going to the entrance of the base that you'll scavenge from, as opposed to the night time, when you return to the ship or going back to retrieve items or corpses that you left behind, where it's more dangerous and you could get jumped by hooligans. Walking outside really makes you appreciate the aesthetic of the game, with modern shaders but PlayStation 1 style models and textures, which gives it a very unique look that I really like. But aside from that, when you finally arrive at the base and you press enter, and inside you go to a maze that changes with every run. Every generation is random and it gives a unique experience, although the outside still remains the same every time, which is fine. There's also a fire exit that you can fight sometimes, which can be an alternative entrance or exit. This is the main attraction of the game though. You crawl through this claustrophobic space to find things you can sell, ranging from a brush to a disc glowy tube of energy. And you always run into some roadblocks, such as a landmine, which is the average Bosnian experience, or something as simple as a bug you can squash with a shovel, or a road sign, or maybe the fucking Hatman himself. There's all types of different rooms and hallways that vary the map you're playing on, but it's all similar to one another, which is good. The loot still stays the same too almost. Once you find an item, you can click your right mouse button and see its worth, which is really useful. And if you have multiple items in one space, then it shows you an estimate worth of all the items on the screen. There's 2 types of items, ones that you have to carry and put down, and the other type is the one that can just fit in your inventory. Both will weight you down or make you slower, or they can make you sink sometimes actually. And they both take up an inventory slot, so be resourceful. After you navigate through tight spaces and encounter all types of wildlife, you get your stuff back to the ship and you pull the lever and get out. And that's the usual gameplay loop, except it will never go as smoothly as this, and you will encounter like 15 different monsters and level hazards that will absolutely annihilate you, but that's life. Once you think you have enough items to meet the quota, you can go to the company's planets and sell all your stuff. Just don't ring the bell too much or something might happen. And that's all there is to it really. It's a simple game that is very hard to master. Now if you don't mind me, I'll insert gameplay clips and some funny moments that extend that sweet video time to almost 8 minutes. So you might wanna stay and watch how it's done.
It's down there, you see it?
Huh? Oh!
What is that thing?
that?
No!
Oh! Wow! Yo!
I can go over here. The fuck?
Yo! Yo!
They'll think Harvard called me in.
Harvard University, this is Ashley speaking. How may I help you?
Yeah, how are you? I had a question.
Okay, what is the question in regards to?
I wanted to know if my GPA was applicable for the college
The
thing.
college thing. Well, I can already give you an answer. Okay, do you have your GPA ready?
Yes.
Okay, what is your GPA? I can give you the estimate.
It should be 0.
0.04? Well, I ain't gonna hold you. You gotta try to be that stupid. Your ass is running off of 2 AA batteries. I'm surprised you knew how to input this number.
No, but
give me a second. I'm gonna get you somebody to talk to. We're gonna put you on hold real quick.
Okay. Damn, why do you got this as the whole
If
music?
you're currently hearing this music, just vibe out real quick, because your ass never gonna hear this shit ever again in your life.
Hey yo.